I'm being inundated over the weekend with people suggesting I owe Deion Sanders an apology. The Buffaloes are now 8-2. They destroyed Utah 49-24, I believe, 49-25, something like that. They destroyed Utah. And I made the bet that if they finish, I predicted that they would lose 2 of their next 3 games. Now that means that, or I would go to their bowl game dressed out in Deion gear and Colorado gear. Now they have to lose this week to Kansas, which I was counting on. I was counting on them losing to Utah and Kansas. But now they got to lose to Kansas and Oklahoma State at the end of the year. And Oklahoma State's been awful. Kansas hasn't been any good either, but they do have a quarterback who could cause them problems. Anyway, people are arguing that I owe Deion an apology, that I was wrong. And I am going to be transparent and say, I'm wrong, but I'm not apologizing. I don't owe Deion an apology. I'm wrong about what their record would be this year. I'm wrong about how much improvement they would show this year. And not just before the season, but after they lost to Nebraska, after they should have lost to Baylor, I was real confident that the wheels were going to fall off. And the wheels did not fall off. This team has improved throughout the course of the season, which I didn't expect a Deion Sanders coach team to improve over the course of the season. I was wrong about that. I thought it would look a lot like last year, where Deion's team did not get better over the course of the season. They actually got worse. Things got tougher. They began to crack last year. That is not the case this year. Hats off to Deion. Hats off to Colorado for that. They have more character as it relates to football competition and just grinding it out and the work of getting better than I gave them credit for. The main argument that I've had about Deion and Colorado is I don't respect the way Deion has gone about it. None of that has changed. I don't respect the way Deion has gone about it. It violates my values. And if Deion, and it's not just about my values, to me, the way he's gone about it, embracing the rappers the way that he has, his lack of humility, he has none. His leaning into this nickname and the gold chains and the radical materialism, none of that. None of it's consistent with my values. None of it's consistent with Christian values. Yes, Deion, pretty consistently, when a camera's in his face, God bless y'all, I just want to thank God, blah, blah, blah. He'll throw that in. But his actions don't back it up. His actions are a lot like they were after they beat Utah on Saturday. Deion immediately goes into, if Travis Hunter doesn't win the doesn't win the Heisman Trophy, it's because everybody hates me. I want to play that clip. This is what I don't like nor respect about Deion Sanders. Let's play SOT number 11.
Off your report, Travis had a tremendous day. He had an interception, a touchdown, and then one of the crazier catches you'll ever see. Mm-hmm. What would your message be to Heisman voters who are undecided in his case?
I've been getting no message on Heisman voters is undecided. If they can't see, they can't see. It is what it is. I mean, Travis is who he is. He's supposed to go to the best college football player. I think that's been a wrap since, week 2? So we ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we're on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
This is what I don't like about Deion Sanders. He's now told, put it in the air. Like, oh, if Travis doesn't win the Heisman Trophy, it's because of your hatred of me. Deion, give it a break. Deion has had 5, 6, 7 people criticize his approach at Colorado. 5 or 6, maybe 7 people. Here's who I can name off the top of my head who were pretty passionate critics of Deion Sanders. Me, Paul Feinbaum, Coach JB, Mike Farrell, some guy, and I don't mean this disrespectful, but I can't even remember the guy's name. He's been on the show. He wrote that piece about the gun culture, gang culture in Colorado. But Sean Keeler, that's not who I'm thinking of, but Sean Keeler, the guy in Denver. That's it. Let's be honest. The insurance model is broken. Crowd Health puts your health care back in your hands. Use the promo code FEARLESS at joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com, promo code FEARLESS. Everybody else has pretty much, not everybody else, but most people have dropped to their knees and genuflected in front of Deion. Don't let your hatred of me, hatred of you. You went 4-8 last year, and Sports Illustrated named you Sportsman of the Year. You were in last place in the Pac-12 last year, and Sports Illustrated called you Sportsman of the Year. 60 Minutes did 2 features on you in a year's span, in a 12-month span. 60 Minutes did 2 celebratory features on you. There's no hatred of Deion Sanders. There are a handful of people who have a problem with your egomaniacal act. There's a handful of people that think you pretend to be a Christian while displaying none of the fruit, while everything is about you. Here's the truth about Travis Hunter, and this is, again, my concern about the entire Deion experience. Travis Hunter, to me, great player, seemed like a really great kid, but dipped into your culture. His ego has gotten out of hand. Instead of leaning into humility, Travis Hunter has started to mimic Deion's attitude and Deion's lack of humility. Anybody with a brain that watched that game on Saturday against Utah, Travis Hunter probably had his weakest game of his entire college career. Anybody that watched it, dude got beat deep for a touchdown. According, and look, Pro Football Focus is not the end-all be-all, but their ratings of Travis on Saturday were some of the lowest he's had all season on both sides of the football. Anybody watching that game on Saturday left with, and you're about to be rolled over here when I say this, and like, how can he say this? But if you're looking at, again, look at I'm him. Do you understand? On the side of his head, on his sweat, that's Deion. Because again, this I'm him. No, Jesus Christ is him. And Deion would understand the blasphemy of that saying if he were being authentic about his faith. But I just want to go back to this past Saturday. This man plays poorly. Travis did. And his Heisman ratings go up. People are, Travis Hunter played great. And Deion comes in after the game. Anybody that doesn't see that Travis Hunter's the Heisman Trophy deal is an idiot and they just hate me. If you watch Saturday's game with an objective point of view, the most important player, he may not be the best, but the most important player on that Colorado team is named Shedeur Sanders. Without Shedeur Sanders, that's instead of 8-2, that's probably 8-2, is that 10 games? Are they 8-2 right? Yeah, that's 10 games. They're probably a 6-4, 7-3 football team. More likely 6-4, maybe even 5-5. The quarterback is the reason they have a chance to make the playoffs. And it's because, I know that shocks some of you and you think I'm not blind, I'm not stupid, The quarterback is a very, very good college player. Jury's still out on whether it's going to convert to the NFL. That's not me taking a shot. That's just me being real about his holding on to the football and whether if he keeps that habit, it's going to destroy him at the NFL level. He gets away with it at the collegiate level. The guy's got an excellent arm. It's not elite. And so all the little things are going to matter at the next level at the NFL. Who knows what's going to happen at the next level? But on the collegiate level, Shedeur is really good, and he's the difference. That team has so many wide receivers. They don't need Travis Hunter playing offense. Travis Hunter playing offense is a gimmick to win him the Heisman Trophy. I'm not sure he's their best wide receiver, like everyone keeps arguing. That LeJontay Wester, the Will Shepherd, these guys can play at a high, high level. Travis Hunter could sit down on offense and they would not miss a beat. That was proven this past Saturday. He wasn't any good on offense this past Saturday. He got a garbage touchdown late. His interception was off a deflected ball. Someone else actually made the play. And he just happened to be in the right place at the right time. But Deion comes on after the game and basically says, if y'all don't give him the Heisman, it's because y'all hate me. Hate you? You've been pandered to your entire life. Pandered to because of your athletic gifts. You got to do any and everything at Florida State. You didn't have to go to class. You barely had to practice. You've been pandered to because of your great talent. And you should be, every other word out of your mouth should be, man, God blessed me with incredible talent and made things easy for me. I feel sorry for those of you that can't run a 4.1 40, a 4.2 40. I can imagine how much more difficult athletics are for you. I can't imagine the people that aren't 6'1" and play football or basketball or any of these sports that actually value height. Man, I was born with some gifts that were outside of my control. At 57, and someone who's been claiming Jesus Christ for as long as Deion Sanders, that should be his mentality. He should have enough self-awareness to know, just like me and everybody in the sound that can hear my voice, anything good that I accomplish or any of us accomplish, it ain't us. And I know many of us love taking credit for things God did and does, but it ain't us. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.